All right, so here we are. We're in here. We're back in Battle for Azeroth. The patch has been done. We're checking out. I mean, how impactful does it feel to play a paladin? Right. Let's zoom in here. I'm still seeing some graphical glitches. That's just my shield missing. I'm only level 46, and this is a level 60 target. Take a look at my facial expressions here. So we can do a little interrupt, pitch slap, consecration. We've got our self heal right here, which is our divine protection. Now I'm just using a very basic setup. If I throw, if I throw my, what is it called? Divine protection. I go ahead and through. It'll tell me when icon on the left to show me how long that's up. I've also got it for my Shield of the Righteous. When she says you are screwed, that means my Holy Strength is procced. And you can see that buff on my character on the bottom left there. I throw the icon up so I know that I currently have Crusader up. Now really the important things are to keep the uptime. Let's take a look at this skill real quick. So if we look at the spell book here, we've got Hammer of the Righteous, which just, while you're standing consecration, Hammer of the Righteous also causes Wave of Light to hit all of the targets. So it's, as much as I hate to admit it, this talent, probably Blessed Hammer, is better. I just think that the fact that it can hit multiple targets all the time, even when you're not in Consecrate, is pretty cool. I mean, it's pretty good. It's kind of a gay looking skill with hammers swirling around, but it does work fairly effectively. Redoubt, Vendor Shield gives you additional target, increases your, they added this back in, Redoubt. So Vendor Shield bounces to one additional targets, but increases your block by 75%. So that's really nice for a lot of, like, if I was going to be farming, like AoE farming for loot or something, I could just, and I knew it was going to be mostly melee, I would want to use this talent because I could just keep throwing my shield. Let's go ahead and grab it now. I could keep throwing my shield, right? But I missed. Although even I miss, it says, look, even though I miss, it says block is increased. You know? So that's pretty good. And the uptime is 6 seconds. Let's see how long before my shield comes back. Our shield is now back. You know what? Let's change that shield cooldown. Tell me when does not want to enable when you're still in combat, and for some reason it still thinks I'm in combat. You can tell by looking at the red redemption on the top right corner here. Alright, so we've got the shield. I got it hidden when it's not ready, but let's push that up to about 65%. We'll click OK. Let's take a look at some of these other ones. Out of range, out of power, 65%. So let's go to the shield, and we're going to show global. Let's go ahead and just do that for now, right? I don't have to turn and tell me when I'm back out of the config mode because it will automatically go out when I attack. Okay. Now you can see that the shield, Ender Shield, is, I can see the cooldown much easier. I like the timer text on it though, so I'll probably add that. So let's make it the same as Consecrate. And I'm still getting some lag, some delay here. And also, this is not right. I've kind of wanted to set my UI so that these are, like, here, I'll show you. I've thought about doing something where it's more like this. Or maybe here. I don't know, but it doesn't look, obviously it's not symmetrical. And then some people you'll see will do their UI. They'll always, like in a raid environment, because they want to see a lot of the screen. When they're in a raid, you'll see them with the camera zoomed out quite a bit. Like maybe even this far. Let me get to even ground here. So here I'm like, you know, they're like this. But I tend to, if I'm just doing 5-man dungeons or just questing, I tend to be zoomed in right about here. So let's go. And these obviously, these here are for my buffs. Buffs on me, buffs on my buffs, or debuffs on my target. Let's go ahead and move him back down to here. Back down to here. Okay. And then we'll just move this down a little bit. Because these are bothering me that they seemed a little bit high. And let's do one thing that makes it easy to line these up is to just toggle my quartz bar, and then to literally just use this as a way to line up these bars here. Okay, let's do this one about here, and let's do quartz. Let's make the players one not quite so high. Okay, shrink that a little bit. Okay, and let's go ahead and make it also not quite so the width a little bit less. So let's see if we can kind of line it up with the end of my bar here, something like that. We'll lock that. Tell me when. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. And now looks like the world has disappeared on me. Did you see that? The whole world disappeared. Wow. Let's look at our latency is good. Our frame rate's good. I'm only getting 75, 76 frames, which I'm not real happy about. A lot of times I get, I mean, look at this, 38 frames. This is really bad. Normally I get much better frames than this. Let's go ahead and check the video. So I'm not sure what's going on. Let's turn the graphics way down and see what happens. See, it's what's funny is it freaks me out is when I adjust the graphics, the frames stay the same. It still says like 75 frames, or even actually it's even more frames now. So that to me is very strange. But let's go ahead and one of the ways to test if I'm getting kind of lag or screen draw lag is just casting heals, and I don't really see any. I'm out of mana, so let's try this. I'm just spamming skills here. I'm trying to see. Oh, I actually landed that stun, which rarely lands. Okay. So one thing I would probably want to do is here. We had the redoubt. So nothing we could do here. And this, of course, is going to be based on your setup. But here, like on this bar here, I probably would want to add something like this. I'll go in here and say Shield of the Righteous. Let's go ahead and add one more column, right? So let's go to group, and we want to grab the, what are these, my buffs, I think? No, which one is this one? Consecration debuff, sound events, important buffs. Hold on a second. This is right here. It's consecrate debuff. This is a horrible name, by the way. This is my row 2 spell CDs. This is row 1 spell CDs. These are basically target debuffs, and these should be player buffs. So let's rename this one. Group. This one should be player buffs. Okay. Player buffs. This one here, which is currently consecrate debuff. What the fuck is that? That's not right at all. So let's rename this guy. And we're going to call this like buff up timers, and that's okay. We want to add another column. See that? Okay, so now we've got 3 columns here. Now what you can do is you can right click this one and drag it over and say copy here. That way you kind of get the same type of setup, because what I'm doing is I'm tracking a buff. I just have to change the buff to say redoubt, right? read out. And then we can just do, the rest of this is okay. Show timer as text. The rest of this is pretty much okay. So if I'm using a spec where I've got redoubt, then I'll see that, which currently I am. And what is this? And you can see that I'm enlisted. Whoa, that was strange. Did you see that buff? Hold on a second. So there's definitely some glitches. I mean, I've seen these. There it is again. Enlisted. Experience gained from killing monsters and completing quests is increased. Now, I don't know if that's from being in the world PvP. I think it might be. And it just went away. I don't know what's going on. That is so weird that that buff was there and then it disappeared. It's, yeah, that's not, it's not letting me unenable that one. I like how she does that. For the Alliance. Okay, so let's go back and let's throw our shield. And you can see that now I've got the icon showing left to me that's showing me my increased block. I have 70% increased block. So let's do, just wait for me to come out of combat. I'm out of combat. This is awfully close to me. Let's move this down a little bit. And let's modify this a little bit and go to the group. And I want to do rows. And I want to do 2 rows. Okay, and I'm going to take this one. I'm going to copy it right here. Say move. I'm going to move it here. And then I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the column right here. And now I've got, well, it looked like that one completely disappeared. Did you see that? So we'll just go here and then we'll copy this one again. So even tell me one's a little buggy sometimes, it looks like. And we'll do redoubt. And all I'm trying to do is just, in case I use that spec, we can see that. We'll put that over here. Okay? Go back to our shield. Alright, and we see it. Now let's go ahead and do all of our other buffs that might show up there, and you can see them all. And she says you are screwed. She's talking about my target because my Crusaders, my Holy Strength is up. And you'll hear, I also have a sound effect attached to when my Consecrate goes down. It's pretty subtle. And the other thing too is you really, the reason I have this shield here is that, you know, when I've got Shield of the Righteous up here right to the left of my character, I know I've got multiple stacks on this a lot of times, but I don't want to cast it if I already have that up. It's kind of a waste, so it's up. So you want to prioritize your Consecrate. That's got to be up because you're getting benefit from being a Consecrate. Hammer Righteous also causes a wave of light. So that's pretty simple. You know, you've got some of these things that tell me when to show me kind of what buffs are up on me currently. That's not too bad. I'm still disliking my frame rate right now, and I don't know what the deal is. I should be at a much better frame rate. I know there's quite a few people here. I just think that I've got a shitty computer. My computer is pretty crappy, so I just need to get a new computer, and I will. My bonus is coming in November, and I'll have plenty of money to buy a really nice machine, and I'll get something good then. So, that's a basic setup for Tell Me When. My talents seem halfway decent. Looks like all my keybinds are working out okay. So I'm going to stop the video. Well, that's the video for WoW. And like I said, the Paladin, it's okay. I haven't decided yet, really, how much I like the Paladin in retail. It's not bad. It's hard to judge. I mean, it feels weird because this target's level 60. Let's see if we can get a target. And there are a lot of people here testing out stuff because of the changes and such. The patch did implement some changes. And my health, you see my health is... Oh, whoa! That's one thing I wasn't really. Like, my health is only 5,000, so they've really squished the stats. Wow, I only have 5,000 health. Ooh, let's go kill some mobs and see. That's crazy. They had gotten up to where you had like 300,000 health, and I think even I was up at like 30,000 health or something at level 60 or level 46. But I don't know. It was way more than I thought it was more. No, you know what it was? It was 10,000. I was at 10,000 health before this patch came out. I remember now. I was right around 10,000. So they almost cut it in half. So let's really quick run outside, and we're gonna just hit a few mobs. Now, keep an eye on my frame. I don't know if you guys can see the frame in the top left corner. I think you can. It's showing 57 frames. It's just not good. There's something funky. I don't think it's my video card, because you saw when I changed the graphical fidelity that it really didn't affect my frame rates. It's my CPU. I think my CPU is just too slow. I mean, this is a GeForce GTX or GeForce 1060 6GB RAM card, so it's actually a decent card. But the processor is a piece of shit. AMD 6300FX. I will never buy another AMD machine as long as I live. I think they're crap. Just once I get outside here, the frame rates have moved up, and I noticed that like in town I seem to get slightly worse frame rates. So you see out here now I'm up to 90 frames. So I think it's just my CPU trying to draw everything. Okay. See if we can get some mobs out here to kill. Here, this wolf's level 19. Oh, Jesus, is that it? Level 19. I just want to see the damage numbers. How much damage did I do there? It said a whole 100. I only hit him for 100 damage. $299. So these numbers are much lower than what we were seeing, I'm going to log into my Death Knight here in a second. Or my Death Knight, my Demon Hunter. Let's go ahead and see if we can. Okay. So the combat feels pretty satisfying. I don't think the combat as compared to vanilla. I mean, this feels fine. I think you need a good computer. The way they've implemented the new graphics and stuff is it does hit the computer a lot harder. So you need these things to fire off on time. You can't have any delay in screen draw. You can't have any like lag. You can't have any kind of screen shearing. I mean, you need a nice computer setup to make sure that everything is smooth and the skills and abilities are coming out when they should come out. If all that's happening, I think the combat in retail WoW is going to feel fairly satisfying. It's not going to be like, it's not going to feel like Terra. There was another screen, a lag spike. But you see now my frames are maxed. I was up to over 100. Once it's 100, that's as high as it'll show on my display here. So I'm sure now that I'm not going to experience any kind of... I probably need to muck with my vertical sync, and there's probably some other things I can do. There, 628. And Crusader procced again. So yeah, I mean the combat feels pretty decent, right? I would say that it's a pretty satisfying. Okay, so let's go ahead and log out. And it's weird they moved everything over to the right. Minimize this damn quest log. Let's go to the Demon Hunter. And let's take a look a little bit at the Demon Hunter, although it's probably going to mess up my talents. All got reset and the screen's probably mucked up. So right now I'm only using 2 add-ons. I'm using Tell Me When. Tell Me When does just about anything you need it to do. You can do cooldown monitoring. You can do buffs, debuff monitoring. You can set up timers to time boss skills and stuff like that. So it does a lot of stuff. If we go to my Demon Hunter here, Morgor, let's take a look and see how she plays. 2 classes I was primarily thinking of playing in retail was the Demon Hunter and the Paladin. I'm still kind of liking the Paladin more. The Demon Hunter, I love the movement, but the skills that she has are very, like on like on the paladin, and I like her setup too with Telma, and I like the way I set her skills up. But on the paladin, I feel like you're doing a little bit more. Like you're kind of working certain skills a little bit more in a certain, it feels more reactive. Whereas with the demon hunter, it feels like pretty much a set. It really isn't. It's just probably my own impersonation or my own impression, of it. So, but this is just cool. I mean, what's more cool than this? than gliding around with demon bat wings. I mean, I don't know. This is just way too cool. You just can't beat that. The funny thing is, I can remember how to get to where I need to go. Like, I don't know how to get down to these areas. I think there's a flight master around here. Let's see, what's this one do? This is unspent talents. Let's go to our talents real quick. I was using, all demon spikes are active. You do increase physical damage. Or increases your movement speed. I think I was using this one. Yeah, this one. I was using Fallout. And I believe I was using Internal Strikes. No. I think these are the talents that I had. Let's go ahead and turn on World VP. I can't do it because I'm not in a major city. Okay, well this is, I don't want to go to the gateway. And even here my frame rates drop down to 50, which is kind of crazy. Oh shit. So I don't think being here really helps. Like that location is not where I want to go to get to we need to find the flight master. Alright, here we go. I'm such a noob because I haven't played retail. Wow, let's go to Stormhill. But yeah, you can see here with Tell Me When, I've got some interesting setups here. Soul Fragment. Why is 1, 2, 3? Soul Fragment. Stay was 1. I don't know why the icon's not showing. Click OK. Player. Soul Fragment's player. Oh, it's an item cooldown. That's not right. It should be buff debuffs. Let's go here. Copy here. Copy. And we just want to do stacks 1. It's an interesting little thing I was doing here. These are just showing my different stacks of soul fragments. I was having trouble with demon spikes. I mean, I can get demon spikes to show when it's up, but I was having trouble showing the charges on this icon up here, which I wanted it to show the charges. So if anybody knows how to get those charges to represent on demon spikes here, they put it in the comments because I would love to know that. What is this? Nothing. Let's copy this over here. Just say move here. And of course, these guys are in the wrong spots again, so let's move this one here. And then move this one here. Right? Okay, lock. And lock. Okay, so these guys I'm going to want to move down a little bit. Okay, I'll just move this down a little bit. Yeah, and these are going to have to move as well. This bar down a little bit. And we'll just throw this player here. As you can tell, I'm extremely anal. What a surprise. Alright, so here we go. See if we can find somebody to kill. I mean, this is the one part about the Demon Hunter that's just so fun to play. It's just this ability to glide around. It's just epic. I mean, it's epic. And you can jump, you glide. You hit the spacebar to stop gliding. For me, mouse wheel up. So basically, spacebar just does it. So you don't even need to bind. I actually key bound flying, but you don't. I need to change that bind because you don't even need to do it. Spacebar will automatically start you gliding, and if you hit spacebar again, it'll stop you from gliding. Another thing when you're playing, when you were playing Legion, I guess, and I didn't play much Legion at all. I played like a whole week just to see the changes to the game because I'm always curious about what they do. But they did have a little treasure chest lying around, so make sure you go in all the buildings and look around. Although that doesn't matter anymore because most of it was just artifact points, your power you were getting and stuff, and they removed artifact weapons. Although that reminds me, I still do have artifact weapons, but once BFA comes out, I think they're going to somehow do it so that your artifact weapons are destroyed. Okay, so now I gotta remember how to play this character. So you can see now as I'm attacking, I'm building up. You can see my my soul fragments are building up. Got my inner up there. I can drop sigil. I can drop this. Spikes out. But if you notice my health, it's ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous how much health I have. But let's see how much. I mean, it's how much. It was ridiculous how little health I lose when tanking. So I've only got 26,000. If you guys remember, around Wrath of Lich King, I think is when we had that kind of health. So yeah, 26,000 health for a level 102 that's a big stat squish from what it used to be. Really? Let's interrupt this guy. We'll drop sigil, flame. Put some spikes up. I'm missing a skill though. So if I go to tell me when, there's a skill right here which is Soul Carver, but it looks like it's gone. I don't know if it's a skill they removed from the game, but this is not showing up on Tell Me When, which means it's no longer valid. So yeah, I don't see Soul. We've got the Glaive Throw, we've got Taunt, we've got Chaos Brand, which is passive, Spectral Sight, which I don't even know what I have that bound to anymore. Just doesn't look like I have Spectral Sight bound to anything. I don't know. I'll put it on the one key, I guess. Disrupt interrupts spell casting. Interesting. That's right here, Disrupt. Glide, of course, which I don't, like I said, I don't really need it has to be keybound because it's just a space bar, even though I do have a keybound and mouse wheel up. Metamorphosis, Infernal Strike is my leap. All that stuff I have keybound. I'm looking for something that I'm missing here. Passive, passive. Okay, let's go back to talents. What was this called? It was called Soul Carver, but it's no longer. It wasn't a talented ability. Huh. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. I don't have it anymore. Used to have this ability called Soul Carver. So. But yeah, I like the Demon Hunter. I don't know. I miss the shield. I think when you're a tank, just having a shield just feels like all tanks should have a shield for some reason, but. So I can drop this. Light myself in flame. Throw some spikes up. Ah, I see how you are. So I mean, you can see it's pretty easy. I don't really take any damage. Well, I'm taking, like, let's see if I can grab a bunch of mobs here. Get on my little fail saver here. Let's see. I'm gonna try to taunt this guy. Throw that down. We're gonna throw down our interruption glyph, if you want to call it. I'm going to throw something. I'm going to throw up my fire around me. I'm going to interrupt this guy. I don't even remember what all these skills are called, but notice though, I mean, I'm not really... So, I mean, you see there, I'm like at almost 100% health. I mean, I can just sit here and pull like tons and tons and gobs of mobs and take no damage. It's just kind of ridiculous. It's one thing about retail WoW I have a hard time really getting into. Is there's just no, I don't even feel like I want to die. There's no, I'm sure if I get into Mythic Dungeon stuff, I'll be dying left and right, but the leveling experience running through the world, it just feels like there's no danger. I mean, I want the world to be dangerous, to be scary, to be concerned that I might die, you know? And it just doesn't seem to be the case. I will say that I'm pretty proud of my transmog. I think she looks pretty badass. She's got the blades from the Sunlow Plateau. Super cool because they sheath on the back. It also makes her look like a butterfly. It looks like a freaking butterfly. Well, what's cool about the blades is they have a natural green glow to them, which really goes along with, you know, with her green tattoos and just the whole green fell blood type of lore. This guy, let's see, this guy will probably kick my ass. I'll try to kill that 102, but that guy probably will kick my butt. He's not an elite, though. And I tried to kill an elite who was high level, and I basically got my ass handed to me. So, let's go ahead and investigate this debris. Now, I don't see, so there's my pain meter down here. So I went through about 35% of my pain meter by casting one of my soul cleaves. Another thing that I really find enjoyable is that when you're gliding like this, you can still, if I don't have, my Infernal Strike wasn't up, but if you're gliding, let me get on something I can kind of jump off of to give me a little bit of a cool look. So if I jump off here and I'm gliding, I can still, while I'm in the middle of my glide, do my Infernal Strike, and that's kind of cool. I like that. I do like the animation effects of my sword swings. They come off really nice with these weapons, and I think it's very cool that when you transmog for the Demon Hunter that you have the options of using your glaives or your sword or axes. So I think, oh, that's pretty cool. What is this up here? Oh, I'm supposed to kill this guy over here. Let's check this out. Let's see if I can take this person out really fast. So once again, I killed them. There was no difficulty. I mean, I didn't even have to look at the computer screen. I could just spam buttons, and you know, I mean, wait till the person died. I mean, there's just no difficulty. There's no challenge. I don't know why people find that enjoyable. I mean, sure, it looks fun. It looks cool. It's like it's kicking the shit out of mobs with this Demon Hunter. It looks neat. It looks nice. But I'm no way ever like afraid I'm gonna die. I still need to find this placky thing. I think it's. I have to keep searching these things until I find it, I think. I'm guessing. Oh, there it is. Interrupt his spell. Let's go see if we can take out that elite. I think he's on the other side of this rock formation. this is going to be no problem. He's not hitting me for any damage. Do your worst. Look, wow. I haven't even used my healing ability yet. That's the sad part. So yeah, that was no challenge whatsoever. Disappointed. So there you go. You got a little bit of Demon Hunter, a little bit of somehow how I set up some of my Tell Me When setups. Nothing too fancy with Tell Me When. Some people go to great lengths to do a lot of craziness, which, you know, you can. You know? Sure. You can do that. You can get really intricate with Tell Me When. It's a super great add-on. I've always, even when I used to play WoW 3 years ago, I always said that Tell Me When was probably the best add-on I'd ever installed. And I think one of the reasons you guys may wonder why I have this big icon for my shear, which is keybound to mouse button 3. The reason I have that is it makes it very easy to see the global cooldown. You see the big sweeping thing that's going around my shear icon, the big one underneath my feet. I like that because it gives me a really clear indication of global cooldown. Damn, this guy's takes a while to kill. To build up some pain. The other thing with the Demon Hunter is I find the pain buildup, building up your pain resource to be a little slow and feel very spammy. Like I'm just hitting my keybind a lot, over and over. It feels kind of spammy to me. How do I get back up top? What is this? What is this? A Maw of Souls. Oh, it's a dungeon. So I tried to get into that dungeon, but it wouldn't let me. I don't know if I can't go in solo. I don't know, I couldn't get it to work, so it was kind of annoying. I will say I absolutely love the artwork. Some of the detail here on these buildings and stuff, I absolutely love. They did a great job. Whoever the art team is at Blizzard they always do a good job. Big fan of them. Of the modelers and the texture artists. They do a nice job. Just going to climb up some of these buildings, which is always a fun thing to do. Okay. Oh well, that didn't really work out the way I wanted to. But we need to get up top, and I'm not sure if there is a way that I can get up here. I think there probably is. Oh, I can escape anytime I want. You want to see? Would you like to see me escape, Mr. You Cannot Escape? What is this guy up here? Ooh, it's our bad. Now you see me. Now you don't. Is that a little skeleton, Drake? How cool is that? That's really cool. I gotta get that as a pet. That's pretty cool. Alright, I think I thought there was a hook up here that I could grab. There it is, I see it. Oh, way to go, Julian. Way to fall off that cliff. And this also, I really like this little building here. Again, just the detail here, you know, the trees. Let's do this. The little, you know, the beautiful trees that they've added. Let's add a little beautiful tree right here. Mr. Bob Ross. You know, just attention to detail. I mean, it's not super detailed. This isn't Black Desert, but for a game that's as old as this World of Warcraft, it's they, you know, it's inspiring to see that they've done some good work here. And so you can see why the Demon Hunter would be fun to play. I mean, just this ability to move pretty quickly without even using your mount. I mean, it's really cool. And there's a treasure chest I didn't even see. This guy's actually doing some damage to me. That's what I like to see. Let's make me a little bit nervous about my life. Come on, kill me. So, up close and personal. Kind of fun, right? Now, these stars on the maps are showing like these elites. So let's take a look at this star over here. It should be an elite. I must admit, I enjoy. I mean, I think the reason I enjoy the Demon Hunter a lot, obviously the movement, but also because I've never played. I mean, I've only played the Demon Hunter up to level 102, and I never played Legion, so this is really my first experience. May this failed king forever be entombed within his corpse till the end of days. May his name be stricken from memory. May his legacy rot on the vine. Such is the fate of those who would defy the mystics. So apparently there was some sort of a demon king. Maybe I can summon him somehow. Yes. Oh, he'll kick my ass. Yeah. I don't know. Oh, he's not a skull. No, he won't. He's not a skull. I can beat this guy. It's the skulls that I need to worry about. I'm such a WoW noob. Oh, bring more people to the party. Let's have a party, baby. Let's go. Yeah. There we go. You didn't really give me anything too exciting. By besting me in battle, by destroying my body, you have undone the vow curse laid upon me by the mystics. Oh, I don't think the mystics are going to be too happy about that. But, you know, I think playing since I never played the Demon Hunter in retail, I never played Legion. Like I said, I bought the game, I just looked at the different new spell animations, spell sounds, combat effects, stuff like that, because I was curious about it, and I thought they did a great job. I was like, wow, this is awesome. But the game itself still was pretty much, to me, a little bit lackluster. Um, but now that I've kind of gotten tired of Vanilla WoW, because I've just played it so much, not because I don't love Vanilla WoW, because I think Vanilla WoW is just awesome. Um, I thought I'd try it. There just aren't that many other good MMOs out there right now. In fact, there's very few. So, let's go up here. And as you can see, I'm not a miner, but you can see some nodes, see some pretty birds. What I'm trying to do is get up top here. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah, here we go. That's kind of what I was trying to do, but I didn't want to fall off. I'm trying to get across to obviously where my quests are. Where are they? They are right below me, apparently. How is that possible? Well, I guess it is. There seems to be a quest giver underwater. I don't know what's going on. Maybe somebody can help me out here. I don't know what's going on. I don't see a quest person down here. They must be in the building here. I'm just running around, totally lost. There he is behind this red tinted gate.
This land is ancient.
This land is ancient. You have conquered this land, and we shall call it this land. Yes, Morpheus. Yes.
Oh, goodbye then.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye then. Oh yeah, that hurts my throat. Okay, actually, that's kind of a it's kind of a fun little place to log out, I think, for this guy. So let's go in here. Let's log out, and I'm gonna stop the video here, guys, and I'll upload this, and then I'm gonna get back. Maybe play some different classes. I'm still trying to figure out what class to play in Battle for Azeroth. I'll talk to you later.